All right, so I'm here with Sarah. Sarah, how old are you?
38.
And are you originally from Arizona?
Yep.
What part of AZ?
Phoenix, West Side, Phoenix.
Born and raised?
Yes, sir.
And what's your current situation right now? Are you homeless?
I am on the streets, yep. Misunderstanding, kind of got into a situation that I wasn't aware of, and it kind of put me down for a little bit, but yeah, I'm trying to come back up.
What do you do out here to survive on the streets?
I barely survive, I have a little bit of help from the state, and I'm trying to make it back to where I should be. My family kind of, supposedly they sold the house that I grew up in, so, I don't want to get too in depth with when, why, or where, but I do what I have to do. But besides, I don't sell myself or anything like that, but, just pray and that's about it.
Do you do any boosting or anything like that?
I don't boost to come up, but yeah, I have stole some things from stores or whatever to keep warm.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed in Walmart. So.
Why is that? Did you get busted right there?
Yeah, I did. I was cold, and so I put some pants over my stretchy pants like this because I was cold, and I got tried to get a sweater, and they busted me. So, it is what it is. I wasn't trying to come up though. I was cold.
Yeah. Did you do any time for that?
Nope. They just trespassed me. They just said not to go back.
You ever done
It's
any
embarrassing.
time out here in the
It's the
county?
truth. No.
No?
No, never had to do no hard time. So, thank God, I haven't done anything to where I've had to go to that place yet, No, not yet, but I'll stay out of that,
Do you do any substances? Do
Right.
you mess with the blues?
I have done blues, yeah, but I try to stay away from them. I can get a prescription myself, because I have like X-rays and stuff. So, but have I done them? Yeah. Am I like hardcore addicted to any of that? No, I'm not. Have I been before? Yeah, but I'm not. I've been to rehab before. I put myself in rehab for alcohol, and it's been like, I don't know, it's been over 3 years since I've used alcohol. So, yeah.
So you're not addicted to the blues anymore?
No.
Like you were at one point? How old were you?
The first time I tried an opiate was when I was 22, and I used them on and off. But then I went to a doctor because I got hurt, and that was when I was like in my mid-20s, and then I decided I want to have a baby, so I stopped using all that stuff, and then I got back on him after I had my cesarean. And then I just stayed on them. So I'm 38 now. So I've been on them for like a good, 9 years. But minus a couple years because I went to rehab for the alcohol. And when I got off the alcohol, I got off the pills also. So,
How was rehab?
It was literally.
Was it?
It was horrible. It was for a good purpose. And it ended up being for a good purpose. So, I'm going to be thankful for that. If I didn't have God, then I wouldn't have been able to make it through, for real.
What was the process like? What do they do?
They make you go through it for 18 hours. You don't get nothing, so you have to like go through all the detoxing and the throwing up and the all that stuff, and then they give you a Subutex or Suboxone, and then they make you sit in the rehab for seven days, and then when you leave, they give you a referral to go get some like Suboxones or outpatient help, like what's it called, therapy, mental therapy and stuff like that for why you use and stuff. And I didn't really have to go through all that because I wasn't like for methamphetamines or shit like that. I wasn't like using crack cocaine or nothing like that. But so they give you some resources for that shit. But yeah, you basically have to go through it. Feel like you're dying and stuff.
Do they keep you there, or is it up to you if you want to just walk out?
You could walk out, but you have to give them a paper, and then they release you after 24 hours. So either way, you're stuck there for 24 hours instead. So, yeah. So pretty much, you might as well just stick the whole 7 days through. It's tough, but
So you went through the whole 7 days?
Yes.
And after that, how long were you clean?
Off the opiates. Let's see. I didn't go back to the alcohol, but I got back on the opiates like 2.5 years later. Yeah. So I was clean for like 2.5 years off the opiates. Between then and that 2.5 years, I did try means a couple times, and it wasn't for me. So that's not my style. I don't do the whole. I'm already like high strung. I'm already very hyperactive.
Yeah.
So me on is like, you're here and then you're like you're here in like 2.3 seconds. So yeah.
So you say you have a kid?
I do have a daughter. Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 8.
8?
She's with my mom. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God for
Good.
parents. Yeah. Yep, that's the main commandment. Honor your mother and father, because once you don't, your whole life gets up.
Yep.
Yep.
Does she know about your current situation?
She doesn't know exactly what's going on, because from what I understand is that when I went to rehab, I told her that mommy was gonna go get help. I was gonna go see the doctor.
Yeah.
And so she. I'm not sure how my mom has explained it to her. I haven't, been able to contact them due to the fact that their phone numbers were changed. I don't know what my ex had told them, but I don't know why they would believe him in the first place anyways. But it's better that they kind of kept their distance anyways, because of my ex's situation with some crazy shit that he had going on. But I distanced myself from that, and so all I can do is, look up and just keep praying. And I'm not perfect. I'm not like Miss Holy Roller by any means,
Yeah.
I make mistakes, and just like anybody else. But she knows that mommy loves her, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing there's nothing in this world that would make me stay away from her unless it was for her safety. So, no, sorry. But she knows I love her. There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. And I think that's what most moms and dads probably feel the same way. I hope that. Sorry.
So, I'm sorry to make you cry, though.
You're not making me cry. It's all right.
Sorry about that. So where do you sleep at night?
On the street.
On the street?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I haven't slept on the street quite a few nights.
Do you have a tent or anything?
No, I have some. There's some good people out here. There's just due to miscommunication, some due to use, and some due to mental illness, and it's a serious matter. It really is. It's sad. It really fucking is very sad. And I've slept in tents with some homeless people. I've met some some friends or homies or whatever. Let me stay in a hotel with them or something like that. But I've slept under trees. I've slept on bridges. I've slept, it's some real shit. And maybe I can only say that maybe God has me out here for a purpose. I don't know. But I sure would like to go home because I miss my family.
Though, sleeping under bridges and trees and stuff like that. How do you manage to stay safe, though?
I'm not always safe. Like I've been assaulted quite a few times for no purpose, for no reason, just because they either wanted to come up or because I'm not sure. And I wouldn't give any names, or because I really don't even know the people. You know what I mean? So I can't say when or why or where. Also, once again, I don't know why. I don't know why people take it to that level. They shouldn't be able to. I wish that God would not allow that, but we're human. This is the world. That's heaven, and we're living in a world that's God's, but unfortunately, it's the devil's domain too.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of creeps coming up to you?
I've had a couple creeps come up to me. I don't know. A lot of people say that I'm unapproachable. So if I'm unapproachable for that reason, then so be it.
Yeah.
I've like I said, I've been assaulted a couple times, but nothing to one time it got really, really scary, actually. Very scary. I thought for sure he was going to take my life. And I just started screaming, "You're not going to rape me, and you're not going to rape me." And somehow he let me go. I thank God. It's not a safe place out here for any woman, for any child. You know, and I don't know about a man because I'm not a man, but, you know, it's
Did you report that to the police or not?
No, I didn't. No. I mean, I'm not going to say that there's no reason not to, because the police do help in a lot of ways. It's just, I don't know the person. I don't know his name. I didn't know. I was just trying to get out of his grasp. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't trying to get a license plate number. I was just trying to get the fuck out of his way. You know what I mean? Like.
So it was just some random dude that came up to you in the car?
Yeah, I was just burnt out and I was tired, and I was like, you know, I just needed to get off my feet. I was fucking tired. And he's like, "Do you need a ride?" And I was like, "Sure," you know, and I only had to go a few miles. And as soon as I got in the car, he pulled off into a secluded area, like where there was almost kind of like a business area. And it was nighttime, and he said that he had to get something out of his back of his truck, and I should have known, but like I said, I was tired. My senses were a little bit off, and he came around and he opened my door and he came up on me, and he started choking me, and he pinned me up against the chair, and he started to undo his belt, and I was like, "Oh hell no!" And I started screaming and crying. I was like, "You're not gonna rape me, like this isn't gonna happen, you know." And I just started kicking him. And somehow I just started praying. I was like, "God, you know, help me." So I started running, and there was a garage full of some guys. And I started screaming. I said, "You guys need to call the cops. This bullshit about being a snitch and shit, that's bullshit. Like, fucking call the cops. Who cares? Like, that's not snitching, that's being safe."
Yeah. Especially when it comes to something like that. Who really gives?
Yeah, and they just looked at me like what is going on? So I don't know if they called the cops. And I remember telling them the color of the SUV, and I don't even remember what it was. I don't even remember at this point either. I remember just rambling off some shit, and I just remember after I said that, I just took off running. And that was it. Like, I just, you know, I called for my ex, or, you know, my ex, and he's like, I'll kill the motherfucker, or whatever. He has his own thing going on. You're not trying to protect me. If you're trying to protect me, I wouldn't be out here by myself. Yeah. You know? So, you know, that's not real love. Real love is not throwing somebody out to the wolves or showing tough love. Tough love is not love. You know? Being sensitive to somebody's feelings, being real about the situation, and not showing somebody, "Oh, well, I'm going to teach them a lesson." That's not a lesson, because what happens when that lesson puts somebody in the ground? Yeah. Then you're going to realize, like, what was it worth? It wasn't worth shit. So, you know, that's all I can say about that.
Sarah, if we have younger viewers and they're thinking about trying G or trying blues, what kind of advice would you give them?
It's not worth it. It's not. For that few minutes or that hour, you know, it's not worth it, because you can throw your whole life, even if it's your 15 or 20 or 25, however old you are, for that hour of fun. You could mess up your mind. It could throw you through a loop that could keep you like years. It could do shit like that, and it's true. And I wish to God that I won't speak that on anybody. I would want to rebuke that in the name of Jesus, for real, because it's scary, and it could really mess things up for you. You know, just think about what your parents say, because, you know, I can sit there and say this, that, or whatever, but it's the truth, and they're only looking out for you. They're not trying to prevent you from having fun. They're trying to protect you.
Yeah, because they already lived it.
They've been through it. Yep. You know, so my mom, you know, like my mom and dad. My mom always said, my dad told her if she ever tried, and this is before us kids, you know, that he wasn't gonna have it. He said, "If you ever try it, I'll leave you." Like, it's not a good, you know. So she never got into it. So my dad always protected my mom, and he always protected us, and he's a good man, you know. So I love my mom, and I love my dad, and I love my daughter. I love my family. It's just, you know, sometimes things just get spun out of control, and you got to really look at it and stand still for a little bit and think about what's it really worth. You know.
So you had a good childhood growing up?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't have no abuse or nothing like that. You know, like I was always pretty sheltered and protected from all that. They would never let me even spend the night at my cousins or my family, my grandma. I couldn't even go stay the night at my grandma's house. You know, like that's how like protected I was. I still had fun, but they just made sure that it was the right people that were around, and it was the right type of fun, you know. I remember.
And how'd you end up like this out here in the streets? Was it because of peer pressure, friends, or what?
No, it was. I don't want to get into depth with it. Like I said, it was just a misunderstanding. Yeah. It really was. So it was just, I don't know. I think I got into some wrong situations, and I felt like being away from them was the safest thing, you know, the safest situation to be at. And I think I was more manipulated into thinking that, so that I would have to do time with somebody, you know what I mean, even though I didn't do the crime. And that's just kind of what it is. He's kind of a piece of work, but I won't say who, but I don't have nothing to do with him anymore. So, and like I said, I made my own mistakes. I can't put it all off on him. You know what I mean? Like I take accountability for anything and everything that I do. Now, do I need to tell on myself with some things? No. But do I need to be honest about the situation? I don't need to be, but I would rather be that way so I don't get confused. You know? So God only knows who I really, really am, and I show my true colors to some people. I'm not a prejudiced person. So that's all. I guess you could, yeah.
All right, Sarah. Well, thank you for this interview. I really do appreciate it. Are you okay with me using it on my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
And before I take off, just in case one of my subscribers wants to reach out to you and they want to offer some sort of help, where can they reach you at?
They'd have to reach me through your website probably, because I don't have any type of social media right now.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I'll give you my last name. My last name is should I say my last name or no?
It's up to you.
I'll just say my first name. I know you have my last name starts with a P.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
thank you.
You're welcome.